Common denominator. When we add fractions, we need to make sure that they have a common, or we can say same, denominator. So once there is a same denominator between the two, right, the bottom number, then we can go ahead and add or subtract the numerators, and then we would keep the denominator. And then finally, we're going to reduce the fraction if needed. So let's look at the first example. So on one winter day, there was 2 6-inches of snow that fell in the morning, and an additional 1 6 inches in the afternoon. So what's the total snow accumulation? So we're going to use the following below. So we have 2 over 6 plus 1 over 6. So something we're going to notice is we have the number 6 on both, right, for our denominators. So those are the same. So we can go ahead and then just add. We don't need to do anything. And so how we add is we add up the numbers on the top, right, the numerators. So it's 2 plus 1. Well, that would be equal to 3. And then we keep the denominator, so that would be 6. And notice that it's 3 over 6. So we know we can reduce that into, right, that becomes 1/2. And that would be our solution, right? And if you aren't sure why, right, 3 over 6, that means we can divide the top and the bottom by 3. 3 divided by 3, that's 1. 6 divided by 3, well, that's 2. So that's how we got our answer. Now let's go ahead and look at the next example. So example 2, we have a local bakery will sell pies by the slice or as a whole pie. So a whole pie is composed of 6 slices. If a customer wanted 3 out of the 6 slices of the blueberry pie, 2 out of the 6 slices of the apple pie, and 4 out of the 6 slices of the marionberry pie, add the following to determine how many total slices the customer bought. So we have, right, we have 3 over 6 plus 2 over 6 plus 4 over 6. We're going to rewrite it so it's a little bit bigger. Notice we have a common denominator. So all we're going to do is go ahead and add the numerators together. So 3 plus 2 plus 4 would be equal to 9. And then we just keep our denominator, so that would be 6. But we're going to go ahead and reduce the fraction, right? So 9 over 6, each can be divided by 3. 9 divided by 3, well, that's 3. 6 divided by 3, well, that's 2. So that's 3 over 2. So that'd be our solution, right? And we would just leave it as an improper fraction. But we can also kind of see that that'd be 1.5 pies. That's another way to think about it. Now, let's go ahead and look at the next example. So example 3, we're going to solve the following. So we have 2 over 7 plus 5 over 7 minus 3 over 7. So notice we have 2 operations, right? We have a plus and we have subtraction, right? And so we do have a common denominator, so we don't have to worry about that. So let's just go ahead and we're going to work left to right because that's the order of operations. So we're going to start with this. 2 over 7 plus 5 over 7. Well, 2 plus 5 would be equal to 7, and that would be over 7. And then we're going to go ahead and subtract 3 7s from that. All right, we're just going to go ahead and bring all of that down. So we did that because 2 plus 5 is 7, and still over 7. We still have, right, a common denominator, so that's good. And we just go ahead and subtract. So we would go 7 minus 3. Well, that would equal to 4, and that would be over 7. And that would be our solution. Let's go ahead and look at the last example. So example 4. So now we have multiple operations here. So we have 1 over 6 minus 4 over 6 minus 3 over 6 plus 2 over 6. Well, we're going to work left to right. Right, this is how we do order of operations, right? If it's just adding or subtracting, we just start from the left. So we're going to go ahead and deal with the first two. And we're going to notice, right, all of these as a common denominator. So we're just going to keep it as 6. So our denominator, 1 of 6 minus 4, 6, right? Well, that would be equal to negative 3 over 6, right? Because 1 minus 4 is equal to negative 3 over 6. Then we're just going to go ahead and just bring down the rest of this, right? So we're just going to go minus 3 over 6 plus 2 over 6. So now we're just going to deal with these two. So minus 3 over 6 minus 3 over 6. What would that equal? Well, minus 3, right, or negative 3 minus 3 would equal to negative 6 over 6. So we've done that, and we're just going to go and bring down that plus 2 over 6. So we still have the same denominator because we haven't reduced because we want to keep it the same. And so we have negative 6 and then plus 2, right? Because we're keeping the denominator. So we're just dealing with the top number. So negative 6 plus 2, well, that would be negative 4 over 6. Well, that can be reduced because they're both even, right? Because the top and bottom can be divided by 2. 4 divided by 2, right? Well, that would be 2. 6 divided by 2, well, that'd be 3. So 2/3 would be our solution.